Alright, hello everyone, welcome to Asobi channel. Today we will be learning how to play Conan TCG. Today we will be using Start Deck 01 Edogawa Conan and Start Deck 02 Hattori Heiji. First, let's see what's inside Start Deck itself. In the Start Deck, it consists of 4 types of cards: the partner card, the case card, and character card, and the event card. They will also have a marker inside and also a playmat with the play guide on how to play at the back of the playmat. In the Start Deck, there's 42 cards, 1 partner, 1 case, 40 cards worth of characters and event, with a max of 3 copies with the same ID. Next, let's talk about the game preparation and also the winning condition of this game. To win in Conan TCG, you have to gather enough evidence in your case and use your partner ability to solve the case. So as a first player, you will need 7 evidence, and as a second player, you will need 6 evidence in order to solve the case. The marker is used to determine whether the case is solvable at the current state. So how do you prepare the game? First, you put your partner card face down into A. This area in the playmat is called your partner zone. This is where your partner will be. Next, we put the case card in the position of B, where your case card is supposed to be face down. After that, you put the 40 card deck, consists of your character and the event, into the C area, which is where your deck is. So you shuffle your deck first, then you put it on the deck area. Right below the deck area is the remove area. This is where the discard pile is, where your card is removed or discarded, they'll go to this area. Right below of the case card is the evidence area, where you collect it, where the evidence that you collected will go over into this area. Right below the partner is the file area. The file area is used to play cards in your hand. And on top of your partner card is the crime scene, where you put your character into the crime scene. You can only put a max of 5 characters inside the crime scene. After doing all this setup, we will decide who to go first using rock, paper, scissors. And if the player that wins the rock, paper, scissors will go first. So by going first, the player draw 5 cards first from the top of your deck. After that, they'll decide the card from their hand, which one they don't want, and they can choose to put back to the deck, shuffle, and draw back amount of cards that they put back. So in this case, like I don't need 2 cards in my hand, so I choose 2 cards to put back, shuffle. Then you draw back the 2 cards that you put back into the deck. You may only do this at the start of the game 1 time. After you are done, the player that goes second will do the same thing as what you did. Once both players are ready, open up the partner card in your partner zone and the case card in the case area and say game start. Next, put the marker as the incident phase, covering the side that you are going to. If you are going first, you are covering the second part. If you are going second, you cover on the first. In the turn itself, there's 3 phases: auto phase, main phase, and end phase. We shall go through the phases one by one. Let's talk about auto phase. There are 4 steps in the auto phase. The first thing, active your partner card. Means put your partner card from the horizontal position into the vertical position. This is what we call active. Next, active all cards in your crime area. So I active both of my characters in my crime area. Third, draw a card from the top of your deck. So draw 1. If you are going first in this game, you can also draw. Next, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the file area one by one. If you are going first, you put only 1 card. So since I'm going first, I'm going to put in 1 card. Subsequently, both players will put 2 cards one by one. Next, we'll talk about the main phase. There's 6 steps you can do in the main phase, and you do not need to follow the sequence of the 6 steps. You can do them in any sequence that you want in the main phase. First, let's talk about step 1, playing cards from your hand. Alright, let's talk about step 1, playing cards from your hand. How do you play a card from your hand? As you can see, my file area is filled with cards below. So, to play a card, every card itself has a number on the top left hand corner of the card. That is the level of the card itself. In order to play the card, the number of cards in your file area has to be the same or higher than the number shown in the character at the top left hand corner. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in my file area. I can play a level 8 card, which is out to the crumb area. Do take note that you can only play 1 card in a turn. Next, we talk about the second things that you can do in the main phase. Next hint. Next hint has a sequence that you have to follow in order to complete the whole step. So how does next hint work? Next hint, when you choose to declare and activate next hint, you put the top card in your file area back to the hand, and from there, you can choose out to 1 card that has the same level as the card left in your file area or less and play out. So from my hand, since now I next hint, I got 7 cards left. From my hand, I can play a level 6 card out. If I got level 7, I can play a level 7 card too. There's no amount of time. You can next hint as many times as you want during a turn, as long as you got enough cards in your file area. Next, we talk about partner ability. Partner got 2 abilities. 1, they can assist. 2, they can solve the case. So let's talk about assist. Partner, you can put them into sleep position, which is the horizontal side, and pull it down to the file area. This is what we call assist, and they allow you to play a card in your hand that they increase your level by 1 when they put into the file area. So in this case, right now I choose to assist. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I can play a level 8 and below card from my hand. Just now I have already played a card and I cannot play a card this turn. However, I can choose to next hint. When you are doing next hint, you will skip your partner card and choose the top card in your file area back to hand. And you play a card that has the same level or lesser than the current level that you have, including your partner. So I play 1 more card down. Also, when you assist, if you have 7 or more cards in your file area, you will switch the marker from the incident phase into the conclusion phase, which is the solving phase. The marker does not go back to the incident phase even though you next hint and the card in your file area reduce. So let's go to the step 4, declaration of abilities of the character in your crime scene. There are some characters that you can choose to activate their ability during your turn. So when you choose to activate ability, you declare the card that has that ability itself and you choose to activate it. You'll do whatever is stated on the text itself, the border text itself. That's all. Let's talk about the 5th thing that you can do in the main phase, deduction. So as we mentioned, to win this game, you need to gather enough evidence for your case, and your partner have to solve the case once they gather enough evidence. So during deduction, characters and partner can choose to put them into sleep and do a deduction on your case. So in this case itself, I can choose a character in my crime scene and do a deduction on my case. However, you have to take note that character that just enter the crime scene distance cannot do deduction on the case. This is because they are considered nanori, which is the self-proclaimed, and they are not trustworthy enough to be able to start solving the case. So how do you gain evidence? Okay, let's just say that after another turn has passed, my character has last a turn already, so they are no longer in the nanori state. So to do a deduction on your case, simply put the card to sleep, which is a horizontal position, and choose to target your case with it. So over here at the character, there is a AP and a LP. LP is the one that affect the amount of evidence you'll gather when you are doing a deducing on your case. So what does LP mean is that it's a logic point. So when I'm using the card to do a deduction, I'll gather enough evidence based on the LP I have. So over here, my niece character has 2 LP, so I will gain 2 evidence. When gaining evidence, you put the top card of your deck into the evidence area. So if you have 2, you put 1 more. If your partner is in your partner zone, partner don't have a state at nanori. So when at the start of the game itself, during your turn, they can choose to put to sleep and do a deduction on the case and gain evidence based on the LP. Lastly, let's talk about the last thing that you can do during your turn. Action. Action, there is 2 types of action that your character can do. One is sabotage the case of your opponent. 2 is is challenging the sleep character on your opponent's side of the crime scene. So let's go through this one by one. First, let's talk about the sabotaging the opponent case. Over here, I have a character itself. When taking action, same thing. If they just appeared during this turn, they cannot take action on opponent case or character because they are self-proclaimed, which is nanori. So let's just say that 1 turn has passed already and my character has already lost the nanori state. Okay, let's talk about sabotaging the case. First, I put my character into sleep and I choose to target my opponent case. Take note that you can only target the opponent case if they are cut in the evidence area. So when you are targeting the opponent case, opponent will have to put the top card from the evidence area, open up, see if there is a word that is called hirameki, which is what you call inspiration. If there is, you'll do whatever is stated in that box, the ability. If not, let's put the card into the remove area. After that, I will gain evidence from the top of my deck into my evidence area. This, when you are challenging the opponent case itself, it does not require you to see the LP of the character. No matter what, it will be challenging 1 case on opponent cases and you gain 1 evidence. Next, we talk about challenging opponent character. You may only challenge an opponent character in the crime scene if they are in the sleep position. So in this case, I use my character to challenge the opponent character that is in sleep. If I challenge a character that is in sleep, both characters will enter the state called contact. So what happened in contact? During contact itself, the player with the lowest AP will lose. If it's the same AP, the player that challenged has the priority. So in the case that the character that's being challenged has lower AP, they will be removed from the crime scene. if the challenge character has higher AP than the challenging character, nothing will happen. So during contact, there are cards that has cut in that will be able to help to win the contact itself. However, you can only play one card in per contact for both players. So in this case, my character has a 5000 AP. I'm challenging my opponent character that's 4000 AP. So the character with the lowest AP has the chance to play a card from their hand that has cut in to increase the power. So in this case, my opponent used this character to do a cut in and add a power of 1000. However, since my power is the same as this power, the character that is being challenged will still lose and this card will still be removed. The card that is used in cut in will also be put to remove. In there's a case that I use my character to challenge the opponent case or the opponent character. If there's a standing character in my opponent's side, they can choose to sleep that character and declare guard. So when they use the character put to sleep and declare guard, that character that he choose to guard will become contact with the character that I'm using it to take action on the opponent's side of the field. So in this case, this character with an AP of 5000 will fight with this character with an AP of 6000. And in the case that I lose, I choose to cut in with a card from my hand and increase my AP by 2000. So now my AP will be 7000, opponent AP will be 6000. However, opponent can also use a card in their hand to cut in and increase the power. So in this case, my opponent become 8000 AP, I'm 7000 AP. I lose the contact. However, because I'm the one challenging, nothing will happen to my character and continue on the next step. During the main phase, once you are done with whatever you have to do in the main phase, you will proceed to the end phase and you will pass the turn to your opponent and they will repeat the same process of what you did during the main phase and the auto phase. To finally end the game, you have to collect enough evidence in your evidence area. Your marker has to be in the conclusion phase, which is the solving phase. And your partner is in active position in the partner area. So right now, as you can see, since I'm the first player, I have 7 cards in my evidence area and I'm already in the conclusion phase itself. I can use my partner ability to declare case closed. This is how the game ends and I win the game. Alright, we come to the end of our teaching video itself. We hope you liked the video and hope you can subscribe to our channel for more information on Conan TCG. Thank you!